The hit thriller series Killing Eve stars Jodie and Sandra Oh. It tells the stories of a series of events and the lives of a security operative and an assassin who become permanently linked. So stay tuned and don't go away, because we're revealing how Sandra Oh reacted to the Divisive series finale and how it was almost very different. First up, how did Killing Eve almost end differently? You're about to find out. Killing Eve's series finale has fans divided over its brutally abrupt ending. In the final moments of the episode, we see that Villanelle was killed by a sniper, yet O's character Eve survived. However, in a recent interview, O confessed that, quote, honestly, it was going to be the other way around, unquote. Talk about an alternate ending. How would you feel had Eve been killed and Villanelle survived? O recalled the time that she and Laura Neal, the lead writer on season 4, were having discussions about the series finale episode and said, we were chatting about how we were going to end this, and I was like, you should kill my character. I thought that would be the strongest and the most interesting. O further explained that she felt killing off her character Eve would have the most emotional impact. O recounted how toward the end of season 3, Eve was starting to get into a darker place, and the show was preparing to continue further down that storyline. But then the pandemic hit, and production ground to a halt. And oddly enough, it would be the pandemic that would ultimately save Eve from a sniper's bullet. Next up, how did the pandemic save Eve from a grim fate? Let's find out. As Sandra Oh was expecting her character to be killed off, she recently opened up about how the decision to take her character out was itself killed off at the last minute. Oh explained that she was approached by producers who said, we can't do it. We need to change it. Eve needs to live. According to Oh, writers and producers came to the conclusion that Killing Eve would just be too depressing for fans, considering they were already dealing with a deadly global pandemic. Oh also revealed that her co-star Jodie, who played Villanelle, was absolutely on board with the decision to kill Villanelle instead. But what has become clear is that many fans were not on board with the ending, and apparently neither was book author Luke Jennings. Jennings didn't shy away from voicing his concerns about the ending either. In fact, Jennings offered what could be best described as a scathing criticism of the Killing Eve writers, saying that they had bowed to convention and punished Eve and Villanelle for what he called, quote, the bloody, erotically impelled chaos they had caused, unquote. Jennings had hoped Eve and Villanelle would have both survived, and said that it would have been satisfying to let them walk off into the sunset together. Jennings feels that an ending in which both Eve and Villanelle survive would have been more in line with Killing Eve's original spirit. Up next, what is Sandra Oh's latest project? Let's have a look. Oh is teaming up with Oscar-winning film star Julianne Moore, who needs no introduction, for Lynn Ramsay's Stone Mattress, in a film adaptation of a Margaret Atwood novel. The film is a revenge thriller set on a cruise ship in the Arctic and is slated for shooting in September 2022 in Greenland and Iceland. Moore will play Verna, a retired physiotherapist, twice widowed, who sets out on a luxury cruise into the magnificent Arctic Northwest Passage, along with a group of privileged influencers and wealthy retirees. While on the ship, Verna encounters a friendly character named Grace, played by Sandra Oh, and a seemingly ordinary man named Bob who inherited a family business. At the time of this recording, Bob has yet to be cast, and although Bob has only a sliver of Verna's elegance and brains, he tries to seduce her. But as the story progresses, it appears that Bob might not be the silly and harmless man he appears to be on the surface. Verna senses that there's something darker lingering beneath Bob's unassuming exterior, and it starts to bother her. After a shocking act takes place on the ship, what started off as a dream cruise quickly devolves into something much more disturbing. I don't know about you, but I can't wait to see O and Moore light up the screen in Stone Mattress. Stay tuned and don't go away, because we're revealing the latest Sandra Oh news. Next up, what would Ellen Pompeo never do again with Sandra Oh? You're about to find out. Fans of Grey's Anatomy will always remember Meredith Grey and Christina Yang's friendship. The young surgeons served as healthy competition for one another in the hospital, while supporting each other through horrific situations. Sandra Oh played Christina for 10 seasons before being one of the main cast members to leave. Ellen Pompeo has signed on to play Meredith for the 19th season, but she has no interest in taking her character back to dark places. Pompeo did things earlier in the series that she would never do now, and one scene in particular with O sticks out in Pompeo's mind. Pompeo said that as she's gotten older, there are things she's not willing to do anymore when it comes to the anguish she puts Meredith through. Pompeo said, quote, I find that I don't want to make myself miserable anymore. Like, you know, when you have scenes where you have to, let's say, when Derek got shot, that's something I remember, like, really vividly. Sandra and I, shout out to Sandra Oh, one of the greatest to ever do it. We had to scream and cry and go crazy 30 effing times. I couldn't do that now, you know? I don't want to, unquote. Up next, what was the most difficult scene in Grey's Anatomy that Ellen Pompeo did with Sandra Oh? Let's take a look. Pompeo remembers the challenging scene vividly. It took place during what is largely considered one of the best episodes in the series, the 2-hour season 6 finale titled Sanctuary Death and All of His Friends. The finale episode showed audiences an active shooter in the hospital who blamed Derek Shepherd for his wife's death. Meredith and Christina witnessed Derek being shot, and Sandra Oh's character Christina was forced to perform life-saving surgery on him at gunpoint. Meredith tries to sacrifice herself and as a result ended up suffering a miscarriage. The actors had to put themselves in that dark place in order to give a realistic performance and had to go through the same motions over and over again for filming purposes, and this meant doing several repeated takes. It makes sense that Pompeo would never want to put herself in that headspace again. Actor Kate Walsh empathized with Pompeo. Walsh played OB/GYN Addison Montgomery and found herself having trouble shaking it off when something would go wrong with one of her character's patients. The days of Meredith and Christina are now over, but legions of fans would give anything to see them team up again. The 2-hour season 18 finale episode of Grey's Anatomy will air on May 26th. Next up, how did Sandra Oh just pay tribute to screen legend Michelle Yeoh? Let's find out. Sandra Oh paid tribute to Michelle Yeoh at the San Francisco International Film Festival recently. Yeoh has received praise from audiences and critics alike for her performance in the sci-fi action film Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeoh, 59, started off the evening in a colorful sequin dress, while Sandra, 50, opted for a more laid-back outfit for their conversation at San Francisco's Spark Arts Gallery. Yeoh has starred in numerous hits and classics over the years, both in Hong Kong and the US, throughout her lengthy career, including Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, the James Bond film Die Another Day, and Memoirs of a Geisha. Yeoh also earned a lot of attention for her performances in the hit film Crazy Rich Asians. But in Everything Everywhere All at Once, she stars as a laundromat owner who struggles with her husband to keep their business afloat and pay their taxes. After she becomes upset with her queer daughter, played by actress Stephanie Hsu, for bringing her girlfriend to her grandfather's birthday party, a messenger from another dimension arrives and warns her that her back taxes and queer daughter are the least of her concerns. But back at the San Francisco International Film Festival, all eyes were on the beautifully dressed Yeoh, who is absolutely stunning at 59 years of age. Oh turned a lot of heads as well with her beauty and show-stopping attire. Finally, will there be a Crazy Rich Asians 2? You bet! Crazy Rich Asians 2 is definitely underway, and Michelle Yeoh will be back as well. It's no surprise that a second film is in the works, considering the first film grossed $240 million in box office revenue globally. We're confident that most of the main cast members from the first film will be coming back for the sequel, but we'll definitely be seeing Henry Golding and Constance Wu playing the lead roles. Gemma Chan, Awkwafina, and Ken Jeong are also reportedly coming back as well for the sequel film. Is it just me, or does a Crazy Rich Asians sequel sound like a whole lot of fun? That's a wrap for today's video. See you in the next one.